In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you a framework that is going to make you such a dynamic speaker and entertainer and just more connected to the people that you're talking to. It's what I've called the spotlight method. And I coined this because I've been on stage for 20 years as a singer and I was absolutely terrified most of the time. And I had to learn how to bring people back to the shows because you want people to see your band over and over again, right? You want to fill the room. And not if I wasn't thinking about them and I was only thinking about myself, then I wasn't going to fill that room. More on that later. But this is what I'm calling the spotlight method. You're going to want to save this video and bookmark it so you can come back and actually practice this. Okay. I'm telling you right now, it's going to change your life if you are a speaker, entrepreneur, and entertainer. Okay, number one, the spotlight method is something that you use on your audience, okay? Because most people, when they get on stage, even before they get on stage, they're thinking about themselves. They're thinking about how they look, if they're going to remember what they're trying to say, if they're going to remember all the songs, and is it going to be busy? Like all these things, right? Are we going to fill the room? They're so worried about themselves. And when you get on stage, the audience can feel that. And if the audience can feel that, you have already lost them. And I understand that it feels very nerve-wracking to be on stage. I had horrible stage fright. I totally get it. But I have to remind you of something if you don't know this already. Stage fright is really just a reptilian fear. It's the fight or flight that pops up in our brain. Every single human has it because back in the caveman day, if someone was staring at you, you were probably going to be their dinner. Okay. So it is just in our DNA to be scared of people staring at us. Obviously, you're not going to be someone's dinner while you're on stage, hopefully, right? So that is an irrational fear. Now it is turned into people staring at you and you doing a good job. And you have internalized this in a way of thinking like, oh, if I don't do a good job, that means something about me. That's where the fear has actually gone to now. So it's very internalized. It's very ego driven. It's very egotistical to think that. So I just want you to relieve yourself of that fear because it's not a real fear and nothing is going to happen to you on stage. Okay. Things happen, things go wrong, but this is why you practice being a great performer and a singer and a speaker is so you know how to handle those moments. I've been on stage for 20 years and I have had all sorts of shit happen. Okay. Like really terrible, embarrassing things, but I made it through. And then sometimes something would happen and no one except me or the band knew. Okay. So that's how that works. So the spotlight method is this. It does three beautiful things for you. One, it gets you out of your nerves. Two, it lets you be creative. And three, stay in the present moment. Those three things are so important when you're on stage. Number one, you are going to relieve yourself from your nerves because your attention is going to be out onto the audience. Now, think of someone like Beyonce, right? She's not looking around like, oh shit, is everything okay? Is everything going to go well? Do people know what they're doing? No. She's a professional, okay? And she is well rehearsed and well practiced, and so is everyone around her. And this is the kind of status you want to get to, right? You want to get to that kind of like that peak performance where your attention is out onto the audience. That's why I call it the spotlight method, because you're not inward, because you've already done the inward work. You've already done the practice and rehearsal. You already know your speech. You already know the choreography. You already know what you're supposed to do with the song or the speech. Now it's up to you to take that energy of all the work you've done and put it out. Because what it does is it helps people feel seen by you. Because if you're up there and you're like, oh no, people are going to be like, she's so awkward. Like that was so weird. And all the work you did won't matter because you didn't perform it well. You didn't deliver it well. And the delivery is everything. It's literally everything. Okay. So let's get that dialed in. The spotlight method will help you get rid of your nerves, or at least keep them in check. And you can learn to mother yourself and calm yourself down in real time. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then step 2 is it helps you creatively think because you're out of your fight or flight. If you're in fight or flight, you can't create shit. Okay. You're not going to be able to create a thing. So you want to be in your creative brain so you can be open to the present moment, because that's where the rock star moments happen. That's where you can really tailor your speech live right there on the spot in front of people, or do something really super rock star and superstar on stage, because you're letting the moment take over and you trust the moment. You trust yourself, you trust your preparation, and you know your attention is out. And when you put your attention out onto people, they feel seen, they feel witnessed, and it comes back to you 20-fold. Because remember, you cannot give what you don't have. If you're not going to give your attention to people, you're not going to get it back. That's just how it works. It's law of reciprocity, right? If you cannot put your attention out onto people and show them that you care and they feel seen and you're locked in and you're ready to do this thing, they're going to know it. They'll be like, "Nah, she was all right." Nobody wants that, right? You want to be fantastic. You want to be memorable. You want to be unforgettable. You want to feel like you just gave it your all and they felt you, because that's everything, right? The spotlight method is them feeling you and feeling ignited by you, all the work you've done and the person that you've become to get this far. Now you can deliver it. That is the spotlight method. I'm telling you, when you practice this, and I want you to practice this everywhere, okay? Like everywhere that's not awkward. Like don't stare at people in the gym and stuff like that. But when you're talking to someone that you know, I want you to practice really looking at them and opening yourself up to what they're saying and be totally present in that moment. Don't think about what you're going to say next. Don't think of how you're going to reply. Just listen with intent and attention. That is how you're going to practice this, okay? And then when you're going into your speeches or your performance or whatever you're doing, obviously you have to be well rehearsed and practiced. You got to get that out of the way and get that solid. And then you practice putting your attention out. Now, what I would do as a performer before the gig even started, like weeks before the gig would start, I would already start practicing that. So I would do that in front of the mirror. I'd know my songs, I'd know my speech, I'd know what I was doing, and I'd practice in front of the mirror, putting my attention out. And did I feel chills? Did I feel something? Because if I didn't, then I'm not putting my attention out. Am I thinking about how I look? Then that's not my attention out, right? That's my attention in. And when you put your attention in on you, what happens? You get two left feet and you're like, and that is not a good look. We don't want that, right? We don't want you tripping on your words. We don't want you messing things up because you're thinking about yourself, okay? The spotlight method will change your life. Practice this on people you know, practice this with the Trader Joe's checkout, practice this with yourself in the mirror, and practice this when you're on stage. It's going to take practice, okay? When you're on stage, I want you to focus on the audience. Like you've seen them in the depths of their soul. And I promise you, they're going to feel it. Now, if this ignited something in you and you want to go deeper into this process, not only do I help you with your origin story, like your actual like fame story, your leading story, not when you were like 2 or 3 years old, but where you're at now, what you want to be known for. And then the second phase of this is the spotlight method, which we just went over. And the third phase is your offer creation, because I want speakers to be paid. I want entertainers to be paid, and you need an offer to do that. Okay. And you need to know how to deliver it, and you need to know what your story is. And I can help you with all of that. So if that's something that you want help with, go ahead and click the link below and book a call with me. It's 45 minutes. We're going to go over all the things I just said, and we're going to find out where you're at and see if we're a good fit to work together. Okay. I hope this really helped. Make sure you save this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much.